So first off, this game is called Deck of Haunts. This is part of Indiecember. This is our 11th game for Indiecember. Let's do a new run. Standard. Survive 28 nights. Easy, normal, or hard. Harder encounters humans spawn with... Humans? The humans. Awaken. Open your mind and witness yourself. Begin. Yes. Yes. Tendrils to grasp this world. Draw 5 cards every turn. Call upon unbeknown souls. Summon a human to your domain. Yeah, you know what? Let's just, let's put you... Where are we gonna put you? I want to put a human in the entryway. No. Let's beckon them deep into our domain. How is it in such good repair? Your halls creak and growl. Gain 3 action points every turn. During the night, you play cards from your deck to damage health or drain sanity of humans. The action point cost is found at the top. Then we have a target, and then we have effects. So this guy has 7 HP, but I don't want to kill him yet. Let's train his brain a little bit. Oikophobia. These doors weren't here before. Whisper, whisper, whisper. A never-ending desire. Lose all action points and cards in your hand at the end of each turn. Let's hit him again, you know? Not enough action points? Can't hit him again. I want to drain their sanity more than I want to kill them. Because I feel like if we could drain their sanity, we could do something to them, you know? They could stay in the house forever. Deal any 2 damage. Deal 2 damage, block room for 1 turn. Banish. What does banish do? Removes the card for the rest of the night. Prevent entrance to and exit from a room. There's no escape now. Well, I think I can hold on to that. I lose everything at the end of every turn. Add 1 tension. Discard cards. Drain increases drain effects the more it builds up. Decays over time. Shifting hallways. Move human to a random room. I think I should do Chilling Cold and then Oikophobia because he only has 3 sanity left. Tension multiplies the next drain effect. Has 3 tiers. Oh wait, no, that actually multiplies by a lot. They all get consumed the next time that human gets drained. It also gets reduced by 1 after 2 turns of not gaining any tension. Oh wait, no, we don't have to discard that. I think we can discard Phantom Raking. And then we can... No more sanity! Drain a human for half or more of their sanity. Oh, he's lost his mind. How unfortunate for him. Yeah. That's very unfortunate. He's just gonna slowly lose his health now that he's lost his mind, you know? That's unfortunate for him. Insane. Human is alive, but no longer a threat. Can still be killed for more essence. I feel like just leaving him in there, you know what I mean? Just leave him in there. Let's add some tension. Just a little bit of tension, that's fine. And then we'll drain that. And just a little bit of, you know. Now we have 2 insane people. Well, almost, anyway. Are those whispers kind of sounding like French, or am I tripping? Little Ham, I didn't know the card also worked on you. Seems to be. Collapsing spaces. Deal 2 damage. Block room for 1 turn. Vanish. Move a human to a random room. I want to drain that dude of sanity, because now we have 2 insane people. And we've got more insanity. And then we'll move him to a random room. Nice. Hey, good looking. Is he looking at himself in the mirror? Like, the moment he got teleported, he's like, hey, good looking. You know what this feels like? This feels like an average game of The Sims. Definitely not, right? Couldn't be The Sims. Just put them in a small room, drive them insane. But now for points. It's fine. It's probably fine. Do insane people drain nearby sane people? I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. Oh wait, I want to discard that. Discard this. I do like the sanity drain more than I like anything else. I'm not overreacting. You're the one out of control. Like, that guy's about to die, you know? A heart. A giant living heart. Oh, wait. A human is panicked by either witnessing your heart or room or a corpse. Don't let them escape. Their information will increase the strength of future humans arriving. Yeah, you don't get to leave, dude. You get to stay. You get to stay. 3 humans turned insane. 1 human killed. And now we can unlock cards. So once they see the heart, they lose their minds. And I'm wondering if they lose their minds if they see insane people too. They panic. Bonded misery. Night long. Stays until the end of the night. Removes the card for the rest of the night. Give as a trait to a human. Triggers every turn. When you hex, also hex another random human. Oh, that sounds really good. Hidden corpse. Affect a room triggers each round. Increases drain effects the more it builds up, decays over time. So it adds tension and drains sanity. I like the idea of traps. That's very Dungeon Keeper. Occupied room. Gives as a trait to a human, triggers every turn. So this applies on a human. Mass psychosis. For each human in the room, drain 1 sanity. We need a bell tower for this one. Add 3 tension to all humans. Spawn 1 human at this entrance in 2 turns. Banish. I kind of want to trigger the trap. I think the hidden corpse trap sounds pretty cool. The idea that it goes off every round. You know what I mean? The dreams begin. Increase minimum tension by 1 in all humans. So that means everyone gets tension at all times. Forever. Like, that seems really good. Like, really good. Encore? Unlock cards would imply you have all those? I guess? I don't know. You unlocked them all? That's sick. At the end of every night, you can choose from a selection of playing cards to permanently add to your deck. Yeah, those are all unlocked, but I'm thinking about, like, because I can pick one? Oh, I thought I could pick from any of those. Okay. Crushing Architecture. Triskaphobia. Drain 1 3 times. That seems busted. I wonder if you can do that on a, like, if there's any effects that go off whenever a drain has happened, because then it would do 3 times and it would proc that effect 3 times. Damage 3. This turn all humans count as solo humans. False Solitude. I'm gonna do Hidden Corpse. Yeah, I want to build that. Oh, we can add another room. Another room. Okay. Okay. We want to build things to stop them from getting into the heart. A guest room. The Bell Tower. Spawns a witch that roams the house and increases tension in the rooms that she's in. I think adding a bell tower is a very good idea. You know? And as long as it doesn't add an entrance, we should probably put it back here. Or maybe up here. That's a good idea. Why can't I place it? What is it upset about? Do I have to place it inside? I'm not sure I understand why it's upset. Oh, it costs less back here. Why is it wiggling? Can I not place this? Does it have to be up, maybe? Is it based on it being a ground level item? Looks like it uses more points the closer to the entrance that we get, and less points the farther away we are. Could be the trees. No. Does not seem to be the trees. It just wiggles. I'm not quite sure why. Oh, Devin chat. You didn't read the tip for the building? It says spawns a witch that roams the house and increases tension in the rooms that she's in. There's no tip. Go out one more, so it has to not be connected. Okay. That's not what I expected. I would expect it if it was green that it was good. That's weird. Yeah. Red means can't build? I don't really know. Also, it seems like I've zoomed very far out now. Undo? I can't undo. That's a bug? Oh, okay. That's okay then. Don't worry about it. I was confused, and now I understand why I was confused. If it was just a bug. We'll find them. It doesn't matter. Doesn't look badly on your game. You're aware of it, and that's okay. Guest room that we can upgrade. Combines with other kitchens. Kitchen? More kitchen. Guest room? More guest room. Make it large. The largest guest room. Can we move these? We can actually move the whole room. That's actually super cool. I love that idea. What kind of room is this? Living room? I wonder if living rooms, in whatever way, actually... Like, the larger the size of the room, the more it does. Like, if I add a kitchen here, does that matter? Do we want a big room, or do we want lots of rooms? I feel like a big room. I want a big room. You know? Yeah. Big room. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna end the building process for now. I want to play around with it. What will my parents say if they find out? To win, you need to survive 28 nights. You lose when the health of your heart runs out. You lose health when a human enters your heart room, or when powerful humans interact with it. Oh, so we don't even want them to enter the room. Essence is harvested from dead or insane humans. You need essence to build new rooms. So we don't actually want them to go into the room. We want them to stay out. Got it. Tension. Discard that. There we go. Okay, we want to make a lot of tiny rooms, basically. We've locked the room. We've got another guy in there that's... Could have hidden corpse, but that's fine. That guy's got tension, so it's going to double this. Oh, it didn't double that. I guess tension only doubles sanity loss? It doubles sanity loss. They can't leave the room. Triggers each round. Let's see if it triggers on the same round. It won't. Where can we put this? It's got to be in an empty room. There we go. That guy's dead. Okay, so killing someone makes them panic. Increases drain effects. Why do we need a drain effect when we can just kill them? You know? How much more energy do we have? I got 2 more energy. Won't be enough. So close. So close. Leave my domain. Well, that guy escaped. That's probably bad. That's gonna come back to bite me, right? What I should have done is I should have let them get deeper into the domain and then killed one. And then blocked the room on the way out. Add 1 tension for each trait on the Explorer. If the human has over 1 trait, deal 4 damage. Add 1 tension, discard 1 card. When this gets discarded, gain 2 AP. When this gets banished, draw 2. I want Sacrificial Lamb. That seems sick. That's a kitchen. That's a kitchen. That's a guest room. So we'll do a living room here. More rooms. Additional. Upgrade a card. Ooh. Ooh. That doesn't seem to do anything when it upgrades. Interesting. Hidden Corpse. Add 2 tension, drain 2. Deal 2 damage, block room for 1 turn. Doesn't change that one very much. Or at all. Sacrificial lamb. I'm gonna do the trap one. No human has answered the beckoning call of the bell tower, but you feel your foundations in this world growing stronger. Upgraded card. Sacrificial lamb. Costs? Oh, it was a cheaper cost? That's cool. I like that. What are you? An occultist. Unfazed, will not flee after seeing a corpse. Lowers the max tension of all humans in the room by 1. Oh, that's bad. Destined. Dies upon reaching the heart. Takes 1 heart damage if they are eliminated before they reach the heart. Okay, that's bad. So what we need to do is we need to drain his sanity, but he has 16 sanity. That dude's badass. We don't want to kill him because he'll hurt us on the way out. Yeah. Or he needs to reach the heart? Dies upon reaching the heart. Take 1 damage if they... Oh, no, we have to get him to... We have to let him reach the heart. Okay, that makes more sense. So we let the occultist reach us because they're on our side. So what we'll do is we'll move him to a random room, and then I'm going to block this room out and deal damage to everybody else. That'll get him closer to the heart. And these guys will be trapped for 1 turn. We'll put a hidden corpse... Hidden corpse over here. He's less likely to find that. And I'll start draining a little bit of sanity off these guys. Hopefully he makes it to the heart. I wonder if we could put that here. I wonder if they always go directly towards the heart. We're gonna add tension to everybody. Yeah, I couldn't get sacrificial lamb, but that's fine. There we go. Yes. Beautiful. The party is together, and that's probably bad. Drain a little bit of sanity. And I think I'll start killing one. Good, they split up. This guy's got a gun. He's got a silver shotgun. Can kill a creature when entering the room. When not alone, have all drain effects. He's alone now, though. Let's put a hidden corpse in this room. Add some more chilling cold to this guy. And we're going to discard this. Build up more tension, so when they go in here, the trap goes off. This trap went off because he was alone, and he took a ton of sanity damage. You can see which direction they'll go by the highlighted doors. Thank you. That actually helps a lot. When this gets discarded, banish it. Okay. Or gain 3 AP. So we'll have to do something that actually discards. But these guys are getting too close, and I don't like that. So he's insane now. This guy's too close. We'll move him. I hope this dude... Yeah, he's going to do damage to us, but there's not much we can do about it. So what I want to do is I want to see... He's got 7 health. Make him lose his mind a little bit. That guy's lost his mind. We can hidden corpse this now. And end the turn. Oh, god damn it. I should have checked to see what room he was going in. Okay, there we go. They're all insane. I thought like, oh, I need to start paying attention to what door they're about to go through. Hidden trick. Draw 2. If this is the last card in your hand, gain 2 AP. 4-tiled room. Upgrade a basic room to a storage room. Mirrored hall. Upgrade a basic room to a mirrored hall. All humans in the mirror hall count as solo humans. Stores a card for later use. I think that's sick, actually. Okay, we can't move that room. Oh, this costs a lot, actually. We can now turn that into a storage room. Make that like that. And then we can do... What kind of a room is this? Living room. There we go. I kind of want to move all of these. But we don't have the points for it. I'm gonna hold on to this for now. I don't want 2 entrances. I want to have 1 entrance. So I'm gonna move everything around. We're gonna make it go out the sides, I think, on the next night. 16 HP. That's a lot. I mean, we could just... Nothing happens, right? Oh, they're coming in through the walls! Wait, what? Wait. Can move an additional room each turn? God damn it. Oh, this sucks. Oh, no. He's immediately going to the heart room, dude. No, shifting hallways. Get out of here. Get. Oh, my God. Stop. They're immediately trying to get in there, dude. Stay out of my room, dude. Stay out. Stay out of my room, dude. Let's see. We got 3 points. That's only 3. That's not very much. I don't have anything that... Oh, I can discard a card this way. Okay, I have an idea. We're going to tension you. That'll cause us to discard. Discard that, which gives me 3 more. I can then collapsing space this guy. And add a hidden corpse to this room. I'm going to play it. And then use a phantom raking on that guy. We need to get rid of him. Stay out of my room. You stay out of my room, Dad. This room is special. Bad special. Good. Yes! Yeah, keep triggering my traps, dude. Okay, who are you? How much do you have? He's got 4 left. That sucks. That's not enough. I feel like these dudes are outscaling my ability to deal damage. Very rapidly. When not alone, have all drain attacks. God damn it. Get. No, I don't have enough. Oh, the damage. Stay out of my house. Stay out of my house. Stay out of it. Is he insane? He's gone insane. Do that to that guy. We're just gonna add another hidden corpse there. And Explorer's escaping. He's not gonna get out. Oh my god, I'm dead. There's no way. Yeah. F. Alright. So I died, but I unlocked some new cards. I want to restart this. I've learned a little bit about the monster room design stuff. I want more rooms, not bigger rooms. Bigger rooms are kind of a liability, it feels like. Currently, anyway. I thought I wanted to get people deep in and then kill them, but they immediately went through. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, if I walked into a place and immediately had, like got raked by a ghost, right? Like, the slashing on you from phantom raking, I'd be out, dude. Done. There'd be no way. I'd leave instantly. Like, why would you ever stay, man? I really like Insanity because it doesn't trigger fear in the other one. Like, they can stick around. You know? We just have them, they just sit down and they accept their fate. Any human. For tension on the human, deal 2 damage. Any human, drain 1 thrice. Drain 3. Your next hand is drawn from the discard pile. I'm gonna do Deja Vu. We'll do Deja Vu. Alright, Bell Tower. Alright. That time it actually worked. Alright, good. Alright, we'll add that there, so it's more of like a choke point. I want to add more choke points. I don't have enough points to do anything else, but this is fine. Upgrade a card. Makes it 3 damage, makes it 3 drain. Can we do Deja Vu? Any human, drain 4, your next card is pulled from the discard pile. That seems really good. Drain 4 for 1? Or even collapsing spaces, turning that into a 1 card is huge. We'll do that. Chilling Cold. And we're going to discard Shifting Hallways. And then deja vu this guy. So we get 6 sanity drain. And then another one. Just make him nuts! We're doing it. Oh. Increase tension for everyone in the room. So the bell tower witch is now around. Like, we have her. And we've got her up at the front, so she should, like, do the most that we can, kind of a thing. Chilling cold. Deja vu. No, we're not going to discard that. Discard. Deja vu. And the turn. My hope is to make it so that people have to go through the bell tower. It's deja vu that guy. And we're good. You were thoroughly confused for a moment? Deja vu just keeps coming back, dude. It's great. Damages a random human entering the room as long as the room is not investigated. The damage amount is equal to the amount of humans in the room. Let's just put that in the entrance hall, right? Yeah, she does move rooms. She does. If you would damage or drain, do both instead. Banish. Body and soul. Banish your hand. Gain 3 random drain cards. I'm gonna do Thorn Room. Spawns the blood letter. I want that. What is that? The cave. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Blood letter, whatever. That seems sick. The room is literally just a cave. Okay. Okay. This is good. Yeah, it's gonna spawn us a monster, man. That's cool. We can upgrade this further. There we go. We got deja vu is now even better. Let's do deja vu on, what do you have? Silver shotgun can kill a creature when entering the room. Helpline spawns another human after 7 turns. When not alone, have Eldraine effects. We won't do it on him. Lowers the max tension of all humans in the room by 1 because they have a flashlight. You have no resistance to this. Deja vu, dude. Ah! Spawns the blood litter. The only man in this cave will be devoid of... Yeah, the only man in this cave will be devoid of blood. There's the blood letter. Damage from cards in this room increased by this creature's damage. Interesting. Okay. Cool. These guys all have life or helpline, which is, like, not great. Oh, we have to summon the witch this time? It's kind of weird. Oh, because she died. Because this guy did it. That son of a bitch. Get deja vu'd. Yeah, see, he's alone right now, but he has that silver shotgun. I don't want to deal with it. Who wants to die in a living room? The irony would kill me. Well, that is sort of the idea. Alright, shotgun guy. We have to summon her in the bell tower. There we go. And then we can deja vu this guy, which will cut in half, but now he's done. Add an ability of the creature to your hand. It costs 0 AP this turn. Connecting minds. In a human, drain 3, creatures in adjacent rooms act. Odd. Okay. They're moving forward. We can't allow it. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. Okay, I need to send one of them away. I think one of these is going to get in. You, get out of here. Sick. Great room to banish them to. That's awesome. Drain 3. Drain another 4. That's all I can do. He's gonna get inside. No! Get out of my room! Can we kill this guy? 3. 2. Does he have bloodletter? No. Shit. What if we chose bloodletter guy? Unhallowed ground. Empty room trap. Creatures in this room act an additional time. It's kind of cool. Dig that. Send you away. And send you to your grave. Love that. I'm really glad that Chet has now died in the haunted house. It's over now, Chet. That guy has 6 times 14 sanity loss. Oh, God. That's rough, buddy. Oh, I should have used that on the other guy. Dread. Oh, Bloodlitter almost killed him. Done. Nice. You're creating a haunted house using rooms and cards. That's exactly the... Yeah, exactly what we're doing. Relic room. Untiled room. Upgraded basic room to a relic room. Weapon room. All damage done in this room is doubled. Every turn gain 1 AP and +1 draw. Lose 1 AP and -1 draw every turn instead if this room is explored. That's kind of cool. That's actually enormous. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do some weird stuff. We're going to take the relic room. First, I think I'm going to build a living room up here. Because we have to upgrade a room to do it, right? So we're going to build a living room all the way out there. We're going to make that into a relic room. Can I not do it? Sir? Combines with the kitchens. Upgradable. Oh, it needs to be an 8-tiled room. Okay. Now we can't get it. That sucks. Okay, that's fine. We're going to do this. And then I'm going to do... that. And then this. So we're going to make it even more difficult to get to the center. Even more. What is this room? A guest room? There we go. There we go. We're building the maze. Slowly but surely. What kind of room is this? Kitchen? Make a guest room then. That's why you want biggins? No, I need more turns. We need to just build the maze of mazes is what we need. There we go. There we go. Now what? Netflix are set to buy WB? I had no idea about that. Takes an additional 1 damage for each 20% of missing max HP. Unfazed. Will not flee after seeing a corpse. Let's hit him with that. And then the good old deja vu. Discard that. Deja vu him. Hit him with the sanity drop. And get out. There she hangs. Oh, tension's rising. The witch is here. More tension. Oh. I feel like that was kind of dirty, to be honest with you. That felt rather dirty. Oh, they shot my dude. My bloodletter. Oh, did I lose an HP? Oh, I would lose an HP if I summon this guy. Or is that 1 damage? I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna Oikophobia that guy. So he's done. This guy... Heal 1 HP each turn. Pathfinder enters the house through a random room. Will not flee after seeing a corpse. That guy could enter the house from any random room? That's scary. Chilling cold him. Discard this, and then deja vu. These doors weren't here before. Deja vu that guy. He's done. No more shotgun, bro. These guys can just sit down here now. What is that guy doing? What are you doing? Every turn, a random explorer in the same room recovers 1 health. What? What do you got magic going on? Stop that. You're insane now. There we go. Oh, no, he was, the tension was rising on him. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that's not good, man. There we go. We've put our guy back in. This guy has 6x, so he's got full tension. Be done with that. And I think we could start killing these guys. Maybe? Nah. I'll take the points. Yeah, what eldritch horrors lie in wait? I have to make it through 28 nights. I'm gonna gain 50 essence. I don't think I want to upgrade a card right now. I need that essence so I can make a relic room. And make more rooms. Humans who enter skip their next turn. Wow. Gain 1 AP and -1 draw. The Black Legendary Room. I'm gonna do the Black Legendary Room. That seems sick. Costs nothing. Okay. Very cool, you know? What kind of a room is this? A guest room. Put that there, and I'm gonna do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll turn this into the relic room. So as long as that is not explored, I will gain points. I gain an extra thing every turn. So now, what we want to do is do it like this. And then take this room. Actually, can we remove a room and get points back? No, we can't. So now this is a kitchen. I'll make a guest room here. And then we can do move this room. Oh, that costs 60? Okay, so this will at least give us an extra time in there. I want to start building singular rooms and kind of go that way. Because then I can really troll them out, you know? Add that there. And I think I'll save the rest of my points. I'll move everything around and we're just gonna make a maze towards the end. Should I say something like zoinks? Lol. Okay, 16 points. Their name is Nancy. Nancy has entered the home. Let's build some tension, you know? Maybe do some damage. Just in case. They have some low HP, so... What's this guy got? Oh, that's our occultist. Occultist bro, I need you to... I need you to teleport somewhere is really what I want. Yeah, we're gonna deja vu this one. Fine with me. You, I want you to escape. Go. Go. Make it all the way to the end. My glorious occultist bro. There we go. I think we can just leave him. You know? And that should be fun. Discard that. What do you have? You have 4x and 4x. I'm gonna let them sit for a minute. Alright, chat, do I take the gamble? Because if I teleport him, he can go into any of these rooms. Where'd he go? No! I put him in the one room I didn't want him in. I guess he'll leave now. God damn it. Well, he investigated the relic room now, so that sucks. I've lost my point. F. Sadness. It counted him as investigating. Oh, wait, no, he hasn't investigated it. Oh, it's been explored. God damn it. I still get the Black Legendary room, so that's fine. How much tension do they have? Collapsing spaces. We're gonna block that room. I want them to be stuck in there. Wait. Where's our witch? There she is. How much do you have? 4x? Yeah. That one's insane, no? That one's got 2 more turns before they die. The sanity. Slipping away. Slipping away. Death. Absorb their essence. Oh no. Oh no, you're almost dead. Oop. Insane now. This is working great. Any human, deal 5 damage, costs 1 AP less for each other card in your hand. That's a lot of damage. Spawns the Drowned Tormentor. The Well. Oh wow, that's expensive, even though it costs 0. I feel like adding this over here is great. We just have a room that's a well. That seems fine. A little bit of Winchester House going on. I'm okay with this, you know? Put that there. Move this to here. Move that to there. What is this room? Living room, guest room, kitchen. So that's a guest room, so we'll just add another guest room. It's a little cheese, but it's fine. You know? It's a little Winchester House. I'm a haunted demon creature. Seems fine. Okay, this guy is terrifying, but also an occultist, so that's fine. He's destined to reach the end. He will make us powerful. So I'm going to shifting hallway you. I swear to God if you went in the wrong room. Okay, thank God. Occultist man is going. The Drowned Tormentor. Damage and drain effects of traps are doubled in the room. That's kind of cool. Actually, if that's what the well does, I really want to have that in the route. I'll probably swap it with this living room. That's really cool. Let's get some deja vu going. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw cards out. Doesn't even matter right now. My scar reopened? Oh. How much do you have? Every turn recover 1 sanity on the lowest sanity explorer in the same room. They're reasonable. Let's stop that from being a thing. Yeah, you know, I feel like them being reasonable is a problem for me. Let's fix that. Yeah, we're gonna fix that, I think. While our cultist makes it to the center. You can't be reasonable if you're dead, you know? I think that's probably the case. 4x on this guy? It's only 1. Because they got kinship. I need more traps. Yeah, reasonably dead, you know? I have a problem. Thankfully, I have a lot of solutions. I'm not going to shifting hallways. It's too risky. Oh. That dude has 1 HP left. That dude has 4 sanity left. We have solutions to you as problems. You're dead. Our cultist has made it to the end. We love our cultist. That man's insane now. That guy, we're going to save for the next turn, because I'll get deja vu and he's got 3x tension. Behold. Instantly insane. I feel like what I should do is I should start waiting to finish the game and killing all the humans that have gone insane. Give a random hex. Costs 2 AP less if a hex is active. Draw 1. Draw 3 and gain 2 AP. Instead, if nobody was damaged or drained last turn. Okay. House rules. The Mask Room. The blue legendary room. Gain 1 AP. All humans spawn with 5 more health. Ooh. I mean, that seems cool, right? All traits are disabled for humans in this room. I think I'm going to do blue legendary. Yeah. And then we're going to add more rooms, dude. Okay, this one is a living room, so we're going to add a guest room. And then this one is a guest room, so we're going to add a kitchen. Because that seems fair and good. Move the well. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's a lot of... To put it back here, it's 120? That's expensive. Well, is there a way to swap rooms? Like there is. I think I have to wait for more points. I don't want to get myself into a state where I've ruined my dungeon. Yeah. Okay, what do these guys have? Level-headed, max tension -1. Okay. Let's just bring up the tension. And we'll get rid of shifting hallways right now, and I'll collapse the space. How much health does he have? 17 and 16? What do you have? Level-headed. Panicky. Each time they gain tension, others in the same room with equal or less sanity also gain tension. So that gave that guy 2 tension, which is hilarious. Let's do some damage to him. I don't want to take his sanity just yet. We got a cultist. Love a cultist. No, we don't want the cultist to die. He's got to go. We'll go straight to the heart. He is informed. How much tension do you have? 4x? There's some 16. Lost his mind. Perfect. You. We don't want to kill these ones just yet. So I'm going to do damage to this guy because he's laying on the floor. And then I'm going to take his sanity. And then end it. Alright, our cultist is getting away. That's perfect. I'm going to shifting hallways the cultist. God damn it. Why is it always in that room? Fine. Whatever. He's got 6x. See ya. 4x, 1x. I think the bigger the room, the higher the chance. It seems to be on a per tile basis, yes. Alright, won that. Ouch. Perfect. We're going to leave him alive for a moment. How much tension do you have? 4x? You have 4x? Drop the tension on this guy. Deal some damage to that one. And then end the turn. Okay, that guy's gonna get deja vu'd. He's done. This dude is dead now. That one will be dead soon. Oh, getting deeper into the dungeon, huh? Foolish. Foolish as they enter the heart of my domain. Who's got 8 HP? You? Alright, I'm not gonna do anything to them yet. We're just gonna wait. Because they have all these rooms to go through, and I can do a lot of problems to them. You know? You're getting strangely close to the end of the dungeon, sir. I don't like that. I don't like that you're getting close to the end. We're gonna have to fix this. There we go. Alright, that's fine with me. 2 humans killed, 4 humans turned insane. Nice. Evil Thor is scary? No. Drains humans entering the room as long as this room is not investigated. The drain amount increases with more adjacent rooms built next to it. A phobia room. Empty room. Block room for 1 turn. Banish. Impossible geometry. It's a trap. Okay, that's interesting. We can impossible geometry the last room. I think impossible geometry is the right way to do it. If somebody's about to get into the heart room, I can just be like, nope. Yeah. Well, that's kind of expensive, don't you think? I think I should remove this room. And I think I should... Oh, do they give me points back? I think it'd actually give me points back. Place this one here. And then... that one there. So they have to go through this room. Oh, that made a big room, though. Shit. It did not give me points back. Okay. Oh, that's a huge problem. I'm gonna undo all of that. Yeah. So deleting a room does not give you any points back at all. Unfortunate. Move cave. I kind of like where cave is, because the bloodletter gets really good access, you know? And like, if we think about how many steps they have to take, if they go straight to it, it's 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps. Like, that's a pretty long distance, I think. And if we move this one... God, it's expensive. I'm gonna do some dumb stuff. $80? $95. Jesus. That's so expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna end. I'm gonna keep my points. Keep them for next round, because that's so many points. How is it in such good repair? How much health do you have? Compass. Can move an additional room each turn. That guy's scary. That guy's actually scary. We're gonna... I think I'm gonna block that dude. Yeah, we're blocking him first up. Raise some tension in there. Discard this. Do a phantom rake. And a little bit of sanity drain. Because that dude can move twice a turn, and that's really... I don't like that at all. Being able to move an additional... Creatures avoid this room. Smudge stick. Oh! He's got a sage wand. He's got a sage wand that will drive the enemies away. Don't like it. Okay. Oikophobia. Oikophobia. Let's do, like, actual damage to him, and then Deja Vu. Drive that one insane. Kill the other guy. This one's gonna go insane now. And then we can Chilling Cold... Where are they? What? They had Pathfinder. Enters the house through a random room. Crap. Actually horrifying. Can I kill them in time? Okay, we're gonna block that room with impossible geometry. They can't go in. Add another tension to them. Discard this. Kill this guy. And end the turn. Scare this dude. This guy now has 4 tension. This is drain 16. Alright, we got him. Actually horrifying. Whispers. Yeah, dude, that cheese guy. He was full of cheese. That guy was made of cheese. I think we can actually murder this guy. He'd be worth way more points dead. You know? Let's just take all of his blood out. Yeah, I'm gonna murder this guy instead of driving him insane. You're worth more essence that way. Nice. I love essence. Alright. We're gonna bring the devs on, now that we've been playing this for about an hour. Can you guys hear me? Hey! Alright, so chat can hear you already. If you guys want to explain who you are, what you're doing, what your studio is, everything.
Alright, so we're Tim and Son from Mantis Games in Belgium. We're 2 of the developers on Deck of Hans. I am Tim, I am the main programmer, and this is my colleague Son.
Yeah, hello, I'm Son. I'm one of the artists on Deck of Hans.
So how did you guys come to wanting to build Deck of Haunts? Because this feels like so many other games that I've played, but it's not in any way exactly the same.
So yeah, the idea for Deck of Haunts came like 4 or 5 years ago now, out of some internal prototyping and game jamming, and it was basically a mix of a lot of games we enjoy We're both big Slay the Spire fans, and yeah, a lot of that DNA seeped into the design. But there's some other influences like Ghostmaster, and then, like you mentioned earlier, some Sims. And yeah, we tried combining all those influences, and then added the haunted house sauce, and it worked. It appealed to a lot of people, and that pushed us to make this into a real game.
That makes sense. I mean, so far it's been very, very fun. Also, I think I could hear myself from over that. That was weird. But yeah, no, so far for me, this has been really fun. It very much feels like a Dungeon Keeper, but not in the same direction, I guess. Like in Dungeon Keeper, it was more like you're building the whole dungeon fights back. In this, it's like you are the core, you are the heart, you are fighting against this, right? And I think that's super interesting. It feels super interesting to me. It feels like I am a I don't know, cosmic horror kind of thing for it. I like that.
Yeah, that was a big part of the vibe we were shooting for, so it's good that this landed.
Yeah. Oh, the heralding hours. This is new. Calling all cars, introducing the latest understanding of the term house arrest. Sources close to the matter at the county police station say officers are preparing a raid of the mysterious but supposedly uninhabited house at the edge of town. Ground zero for countless disappearances and sudden onset insanity. The estate will soon experience the full force of our boys in blue, ready to shoot open locks or anything fleshy in their way. Shoot open locks. Demonstrate their scouting knowledge through calculating compass use and leaving no door uncreaked with their flashlights. Finally, we may get to the bottom of our disappearing citizens. Oh, well, that's not great.
That's the first boss battle, kinda.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, there's cops now.
They're bringing the guns to the ghost fights.
I don't think a gun works very well against a ghost, though. Like, feels
Exactly.
incorrect.
Well, they use it for shooting the doors open.
That is true.
But yeah, against the creatures, they're not very useful.
Nope, that one's already been driven mad. Unfortunate for them. I really love the combos, honestly. Oh, I probably should have saved that. Agoraphobia is really good. Look at all these guys to add tension to. That one's insane. That one's insane. Good. Alright, I've already taken 2 of them out, but they all have compasses, so they know exactly where they need to go. And that's the scary part here. I'm really glad I took Agoraphobia, though, I gotta say. So, I'm really interested in the combat system between sanity and death. Like, actually killing them. What drove you guys to have both of those as 2 different options?
Yeah, so I think it kind of makes sense in horror movies, like you kind of have like either it's like sort of a more of a thriller horror movie with something supernatural getting in your mind and like doing like more psychological damage. And then you have the slasher movies who are all about just killing people, ripping them apart. And we kind of wanted to have like give the player the option to have both options available of like what kind of house do you want to be? Do you want one with a lot of like slasher events or more psychological or a combination of both? So we kind of wanted to have that flavor in there. That's why we also have the tension, because it's like, you know, usually a lot of good horror movies build up the tension before the creatures appear and start killing everybody. So it was kind of, we started from like the thematic sense, and the challenge was turning that theme and flavor into like, you know, like the actual game design of the game, which initially we kind of struggled with it, and we were thinking like maybe we should just stick with just damage or health, but we really wanted to keep both of them. So yeah, the tension and all the combos and the cards that we developed kind of leaned into those archetypes. So there's like a little bit of overlap, but you can also just pick one and stick to it.
Yeah, I really, really like that aspect of it, because, like, the other thing that I found is I could drive them insane, and then they're kind of just taken out, and it's fine, and then kill them afterwards, right? Because then they're worth more points.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a double dip.
I really love that. I think that it adds a lot of interesting gameplay, at least for me, right? And I think you guys have done a really cool job with it. And the combinations that I'm already forming here of building tension, making them more afraid, and then using a drain card on them does feel like I'm making a horror movie, you know?
Yeah,
like we now have a
like
whole
you put
room
it
of
in kind
just...
words.
No, absolutely. I love that I can also have like a bunch of different monsters and things in there, and they just kind of do their own thing. I have one guy left. We could drive him insane, but so much death to be had. Detective Santos is the final guy.
Essence still remaining there.
Yeah. Want to get the essence out, Chad. It's fine. So what were some of the games that were like... You were saying that, like Dungeon Keeper and things like that, when you were looking through these other games and you were drawing inspiration from them, how do you approach taking something from another game that is an inspiration, but twisting it into something new on your side? What is your general approach for that?
That's a good question. I don't think we have a specific approach because when we get inspired by a game, yeah, it's indeed kind of hard to like, okay, they have a specific mechanic, but our game is always a little bit different than all the inspirations we draw from it. But the base was already there, the base idea of like, you know, just do something spooky boarding with cards. And when we looked at those games, we tried to copy the feeling of, like, for example, Ghost Master, which is where you, it's an older game, but it's a bit more niche, but also a big inspiration where you just have creatures and then they spook people. So we kind of want to have like, okay, what's not looking too closely to the design, but what is the feeling that you have when playing that game, and kind of like the tropes they're playing with related to horror movies. And so for that game, for example, we copied like The Witch and all the other creatures, also a bit related to Dungeon Master, because it's only been since the Halloween update that we've added those creatures. Because we also saw a lot of people requesting it or wanting to have like creatures, so you really feel like a dungeon keeper in the game. And for example, when we look at Slay the Spire for cards, because yeah, me and Tim are huge deck builder fans, so we play a lot of deck builder, and we played even more when trying to design our game. And you also already have a feeling for what would work and what's fun. You know, like you said, all those combos, those are things we really love and like, and yeah, we kind of draw from several games, like, oh, this is a cool effect they have. Could we do something similar without just copy-pasting it into our game and adapting it to the horror formula? But yeah, it's a complex question and I don't have a straight answer, but...
Yeah. I think it was a fantastic answer. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it was a great answer. I'm also interested in like what kind of films have driven you guys to make this, because horror in film is, you know, you said you were talking about drawing the tension up like they do in horror movies. So which films would you say are the ones that you enjoy the most or are most scared of, you know?
So yeah, the Netflix series Haunting of Hill House was a pretty big one.
That's huge.
And then also the Winchester Mansion movie that has a lot of evolving in the architecture and yeah, the architecture doing the haunting.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big part of horror movie inspiration. There's also subtle references in the name pool for the humans that come to the house. It's characters from horror movies or famous horror actors from back in the day. So the horror movie influence is definitely there.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I really like that. Like, there's so many different ways to go in horror as well. And I myself, I'm a big fan of psychological horror. I like the build-up. I like that tension kind of a thing. Less so about the jump scare, right? Like, that's less of a thing for me, and that's why I really appreciate the tension mechanic you guys have in this. I think it's actually really awesome.
Yeah.
So the idea of building that tension and using that as a mechanic it's very neat.
Yep. Yeah, it was hard to balance around it, but we really wanted to keep that one in, and yeah, we're glad in the current state that it's in.
That's awesome. Oh, this is weird. Instantly kills targets and gives you bonus essence. Okay, so if they're about to die, if they have 1 HP left, I can execute them.
Yep.
And I can hex them.
Sort of like a mini quest where there's always like prerequisite for it, and you can kill somebody with some for some extra essence.
I actually think it's really cool, though. The idea of adding cards that are kind of like a mini quest is very interesting to me.
Yep.
So we can move this around. Now that I know that they could have guys that could show up in any area, I'm like, ugh. Okay, let's do a living room there. We'll do kitchen here. Guest room there. And we can move that room to there. I'm creating the perfect Winchester house, is my idea right now. Just as many rooms as possible towards the end.
Definitely a good strategy, yeah.
It feels good, but it's also kind of hilarious, where it's like you have these big massive rooms and then it's like chain of tiny rooms. What actually, how do you balance that between me doing something kind of, it feels kind of cheesy to me to do that, of making an environment of just one-by-one rooms versus incentivizing very large rooms? Because the only one I've felt incentivized for right now is the relic room, because that required it. So how do you approach balancing this?
It's kind of hard to balance. One of the things you put in there is the cost goes up the further you go away from the heart. But you don't have to pay the extra cost if you're upgrading rooms. And a lot of the special rooms need like a certain amount of tiles. So if you want to have a lot of special rooms, you need to build rooms with like 8 or 10 tiles, which of course humans can travel easier across if you have fewer but larger rooms. So to counterbalance it a bit, you will have a lot more. The rooms that are there are stronger.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I've seen
some cards.
I've got some really cool ones so
interact with
far,
it.
like these, the legendary rooms and then the relic rooms. So I've got so much action points now at this point, and I can just rip through people because of it. But I'm also kind of interested in like, is this how you want the game to do? Are you as developers fine with seeing this sort of a behavior, the cheese behavior? Are you cool with that? Do you think that's okay?
I think it's fine because one of, I guess, the cool things about our game is that we don't want to prohibit people from playing a certain strategy. But the hard thing is, of course, like balancing it across different strategies. Because we noticed that in the beginning, a lot of people were building mazes and it was really overpowered. And the people who wanted to have like sort of a balanced house with a lot of open space and a lot of rooms connecting to the heart were kind of like falling behind compared to those people. So the real challenge was giving both people what they want, right? Like people want to build mazes, sure, you can have some mazes, but you should still have an earned win and not feel like, okay, it's just ridiculously overpowered and I can just win for free now. So balancing those was really hard, balancing exercise. I wouldn't say it's perfectly balanced still, but we did add more support for having like just a big sprawling house compared to the maze that people also like to make.
That's cool. I love that kind of an approach too, of giving the player a lot of agency and being like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with playing in that way. Even if it's a little bit cheese in this direction, but you can have fun with it as long as it's you've got options, right? I love that.
Yeah, exactly. And as long as if you feel like you're the one who made the win possible instead of the game just giving you a free win.
No, I definitely don't feel like the game's handing me a free win, literally at all.
Right.
Like I do feel like there's constant tension and there's like a bunch of weird powers that the enemies can have, like being able to teleport to the end and so on and so forth, or appear in any room. Like that's way scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually interested in as well. Someone in the chat was asking, what is your favorite combination of rooms or abilities? Like, what do you like to put together the most?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, but it's like, what do you like most in your own game?
Yeah. It's a simple card, but gathering miasma just upgrades all your drain and damage values by 1, and it just feels good.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, no, I dig that. Oh, I can't do it. I can't death store this guy. Oh, just
Mine
banish
is a
somebody
neat little combo of the sacrificial room. You can sacrifice a card in it, and then you get the AP cost back to you. And the combination with pinpricks, it's like a damage card. It costs 0 in the beginning, but every time you play it, it goes up by 1. But if you then sacrifice it after you played it like a couple of times, you just get like 3, 4, maybe 5 AP back. So that's a cool little
huge.
combo I have.
Yeah, it's a really good combo at that point. Holy moly. So what do you guys think is the hardest thing for you to implement in this game across all the features that you've done so far? What has been giving you the most trouble?
I think it kind of came up already, but the building mechanic, it went through a lot of iteration. It was a lot more simple in the first version, where you were just putting down these 4x4 or then pre-made Tetris shapes. But it felt very restrictive. And then, yeah, we kind of threw everything overboard, started from scratch with the tile-based building. And then that felt a lot better for the building, but it made it harder to balance, which is where the distance essence cost came in. So that was definitely a difficult process to get it to the point where it is now.
And another thing were the humans, I think, because like the way humans navigate across the rooms was kind of hard to get it right. We had for a long time, we had like humans not finding like, oh, I need to go to this room, but I can't find the path to it, so they just go outside for a smoke break, and then they walk back in from the other side or something. Yeah. And it was, we couldn't really find like one issue with it. So I'm glad that they're all staying nicely inside the house this time.
It's quite funny. I can see that though. Like anytime you're dealing with, you know, any type of NPC and moving around, that's going to get really wild. Actually, speaking of that too, is with the creatures or with the characters as they move around the environment. How do you balance their interest in those rooms? Because I saw there's an investigated and not investigated. Is that on a per character basis? Do they communicate with each other? Did you make it so that they want to search out a room that they specifically have never seen before? How does that function?
So characters prefer rooms that have not been explored by anyone. They also more or less try to stay together. They always have a chance of breaking away from the group, but most of the time they will move to the same room. And then the investigation is now a perk. It used to be a thing any character could do, but that was a bit limiting, where all of your special rooms were basically one use until they entered. So then we changed it to be one of the traits, and now those are like high priority targets because they can fuck up all your rooms.
Yeah. These guys seem way stronger than normal. 55 and 50? Okay.
There's not that many this time, so it's also a bit balanced around. Sometimes you have a lot of humans, sometimes a few, but they're stronger than like a bigger party.
How many different, it has 28 days to survive, right? Are there other challenge modes that you either have implemented in the game or planned? I wasn't able to see any other challenge modes because I just jumped right into it. But I'm really interested to see like what other stuff you have in store for this, or if it's already like that.
There's a nightmare mode. If you manage to finish the normal mode, the 28 nights, then you unlock nightmare mode. And to make it easy, it's kind of like the ascension levels in Slay the Spire, where every level of the nightmare adds another challenge on top. And it's 13 levels of 13 nights. So the experience is quite short. But it gets, of course, increasingly difficult for each level.
It gets fast. Yeah, it gets difficult fast. That's cool. I like that. Do you have plans to add additional room types or more cards or maybe more challenge modes in some way?
We're planning a winter update soon, and there will be a few more cards, a new room, and a new creature. And we've been updating the game throughout its lifespan with more cards. I think at this point we have at least 30 new cards since the release.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Then a few more rooms.
Yeah, that's a huge amount.
And there's also the endless mode. So once you complete the 28 days, you can continue. You can choose to continue to keep playing, and then it just basically goes on forever until you're tired of it, or until you lose.
No, that's great though. I mean, like that's always the biggest thing about that kind of stuff is new, interesting combinations. If you had unlimited resources right now to be able to pour into this game, what would you add to it? Like, what would be your grand vision of like, oh man, we could do anything?
I think the biggest thing you would say is like add a second floor to it.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Like,
yeah, that'd be sick.
And like a cellar, the rooftop. Yeah, I would say a lot more like liveliness in the humans, like voice acting, like specific animations, like for every card when you kill them with something, they have like unique animation. Yeah, I would say more balancing, more cards, just more of everything.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing, actually. That's actually really cool. I actually saw the hex system. Can you explain the hex system a little bit and like kind of how that works?
Yeah, so a hex is basically like you give a human another passive. You know, if you hover over a human portrait, they already come with passives that help them. But a hex is basically like a negative passive effect, and it triggers every turn that the human starts their turn, or I think at the end of the turn. So it's sort of like like a curse build where you can keep stacking hexes on people. So it's also a different archetype. And you have both hexes that damage or drain or draw cards. Shout out to Willem, who's in the stream. I think he does all the sound effects as well.
Hey, good job.
Along with a lot of the 3D art.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. How many people do you guys have in your team overall, by the way?
Currently 4 full-time employees. There was one developer who left a few months ago, sadly, to chase other things. And then we also have a few freelancers, somebody who helped on the story a little bit and the design, and somebody who did the soundtracks. And I think everybody did a really great job on their tasks.
That's fantastic. We're getting a priest. We're getting an old priest and a young priest, Chet. They're trying to exorcise the home. And he's immune to health damage and sanity drain when not alone. Great. That's great. We have to split him up. Oh, and he came with a hunter. With a silver shotgun. Of course he did. But he doesn't have very much HP. Let's get rid of his friend. Lock them in place. Oh, there's a lot of them now. Oh, there's priests everywhere. That's not great. Harvest the human is at maximum tension for at least 3 turns. How do I tell that a person's been at max tension for 3 turns? I just have to remember, or...
If you hover over the portraits with the card selected, it should gray out if they're not a valid target yet.
I see. So like that.
But then with, yeah.
These guys are all... They're not grayed out, so all of these are good targets?
Yeah, should be good.
Alright, well, goodbye, Father. So even though he's immune to health and sanity damage, we can just harvest them anyway. So what's next for this? Do you guys have like a roadmap? Do you have like other things that you're gonna be releasing for this?
Yeah, we're gonna keep working on it. We're always busy adding new content to it. So like Tim said, the next update will be, I guess, at the end of the month. Somewhere
not
there.
even. It's gonna be sooner than.
Oh, yeah. I think next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when a new update will drop with some cards and rooms. And then we're just gradually still building, adding content on top of it, so it will be supported for at least a little while longer. And we're also adding new stuff to it, like trying to involve a bit more storytelling, a bit more cleaner UI and events.
Yeah.
A lot of polishing, balancing. It'll keep growing, just like the house.
Yeah, and we have one more big feature planned that's kind of already in beta testing or early alpha testing, which is a scenario builder where people can like build a scenario with X amount of knights and then choose which kind of humans come when. And then they can upload it to the Steam workshop. Other people can do it.
That's fantastic. Steam Workshop support is really huge. So since they're adding you're adding Steam Workshop support. Can you explain what your intention is for, like, do you want people to make their own rooms? Do you want them to build their own art? Like, what is all the bounds of that?
Yeah, for now it's just for the custom scenarios. We have wanted to look into adding full-on mod support where people can assemble their own card effects and whatnot. But that's gonna be a bit more difficult, I think. But yeah, that's definitely something we would want to do. It's just gonna be a question of whether it will fit into the budget.
No, fair. No, 100% fair. It's always difficult to pull something like that off, you know, so I understand completely. Is you gotta make sure that it fits in terms of cost.
Yeah.
We would make the coolest games forever if we had unlimited resources.
Exactly.
That was the whole idea with that. So I had a guy run out of the building just now. What does that do?
Yeah. Well, you only lose out on the essence, so you can also have sort of a tactical decision to just let someone leave so you don't have to waste resources on them. They already did the damage and then they leave. Of course, if there's tougher enemies, they can sometimes stay in the heart room and keep doing damage to it. So it's a bit of a, you know, a decision call to make, like, do you invest more resources for their essence, or do you ignore it, let them run away and focus on the others who are still a threat?
I love this, honestly. I love, now that I'm starting to understand the system even more, I just love the idea of doing this.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of positive responses from people. It goes over into a niche that not a lot of people had seen before in games. So it's nice to hear that a lot of people love the concept and the idea of playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, I really do. I think it's one of those things where it just feels... It doesn't feel like anything else I've played before, and it feels like you start to get into the role and you're like, no, I need to bring up tension. We need to scare them a little bit so that our effects are more, you know, more powerful. And you start to feel like you're playing the house quite well.
Yeah, exactly. There's also a lot of people who have said that they're not really into deck builders, but they really like our game. Because we also try to keep the cards quite simple and let the complexity come from the interactions and synergies between each thing in the game. And also a lot of people who like the horror genre but don't like the jump scares. And this is also a kind of niche that we're filling for them, because yeah, you're the one doing the jump scare, so it's not a scare for yourself.
Yeah. It is true, though. This doesn't feel like a deck builder, despite the fact that I'm playing with cards. Like, and that's kind of weird. Like, I didn't really expect that, you know?
Yeah, it's deck and house builder. I guess you're building both at the same time, but yeah.
Okay, so in terms of dungeon complexity, I had a thing that made it so that if the enemy had tension at maximum for 3 turns, I could sacrifice them. However, killing a person in a room causes everyone else to panic and try to run out of the dungeon, right? Or out of the house, rather. This is okay, though, because I had another card in my hand called Impossible Geometry. So I sacrificed that guy after setting up tension on him. Everybody else in the room tries to run away out of the house. I actually got an achievement for getting 4 of them or more scared. So now I'm going to Impossible to Geometry the door. They can't leave now. Now they're stuck. We're going to build tension back up on them and keep that running, just in case I can get another one of that card. Yeah. We just non-Euclidean the room. It's over. So now they have to go elsewhere, further deeper into the dungeon. And this guy is trying to escape, but he's stuck. And he's solo. So now we can just start ripping him apart. He's got one more turn of that, and then he's done. These ones up here, I'm going to agoraphobia that, so that guy's a little bit scared. And then he'll walk in here, and hopefully the pumpkin patch detonates. There it goes. Well, that felt nice. I love that room. That's my new favorite room. I love the idea of the combinations of this. What other combinations would you say are now, you know, you said your favorite, you know, combos that are in this before, your favorite room and card combination. I'm really interested to know, like, what kind of card combinations you're interested in adding to the game. Like, what kind of effects do you not think are fleshed out enough that you'd like to keep building on?
That's a good one. The next update, there's gonna be, well, not a really new keyword, but we're expanding on one that only one card has, I think, in the game. It's called a hold, and it stays in your hand. And there's gonna be the new cards. There's 2 new cards, and they're gonna increase in strength for every turn they stay in your hand. So you can have like sort of a big investment at the end. After a few turns, it's gonna do a lot of damage, and they can play it on people and start nuking them.
Actually terrifying. I love that. What do you think is the most underlooked or underrepresented feeling in horror games? Because I think, or in horror in general, like where is the least amount of throughput on that? Because I usually find that like there's some genres of horror that just aren't really well explored, but I'm interested in what your guys' take on that is.
Yeah, good question.
Maybe like a subtle unease. Like a lot of horror movies are very in your face, and of course they build tension, but I think it's kind of you can tell that tension is building, and I think there's a few movies who have very subtle unsettling things in them. Midsommar is one that comes to mind, where there's stuff going on in the background that you maybe don't even consciously see, but it's off and it's there, and that's cool, especially for a rewatch where you're like, oh shit, this was going on the whole time. So that's something I do like, and I don't see it often.
Yeah, kind of like the scariness that's in the back of your mind is somehow more unnerving than the horror in front of you. Yeah, I agree with that. A bit
That
like
makes sense.
the Blair Witch Project, I think, because you don't see a lot of the horror, but just like the way the characters play and like the indie vibe of the movie.
The pumpkin patch is amazing, by the way. It's absolutely my favorite. It's phenomenal. So in terms of monsters in this, monsters seem kind of just like roaming debuffs sort of a thing. Do you have any ideas for new monsters that you'd like to add to this? Or any more focus on monsters?
We have a few more ideas, yeah. We kind of didn't want to overdo it in the beginning for the amount of monsters. We just kind of wanted to dip our toes and see how the initial launch of monsters played out. Yeah, a lot of people responded to it positively. I also like playing with the monsters. One of the design challenges was how do you connect them with the cards, because in the beginning they felt kind of separated, the cards and the monsters.
Fair.
So that's why we have that ability that spawns. If you summon a monster, you can take an ability from the monster as well. So you can both be hands off with the monsters, they just do their thing, or you can help them a little with giving them the commands and buffing them up. So yeah, it's a valid playstyle. It's also a separate archetype. Yeah, I think because it's the first time you play now, you have the basic deck, but you also have like damage deck, drain deck, monster deck, hex deck, and etc. That you can unlock. And yeah, we do have some ideas for more monsters. There's going to be a new one next week. Yeah, so that's exciting. And yeah, I think a lot of the interesting stuff comes from synergies of the monster abilities. Like they kind of work together. Like you can buff monsters, but they all get buffed. So if you have a lot of monsters, they just start doing crazy amounts of damage. If you have the right abilities of certain monsters.
So here's a really tough one, because nobody likes to think about the things that don't work. What do you think works the least in this game? What is the thing that you don't like about your own game?
Yeah, I do think the building the maze is still kind of overpowered. Well, not really overpowered, but I think the building like the like large rooms and building them all together next to the heart is a little bit underpowered. And also the synergies between, like sometimes if you're lucky, you can get crazy synergies, but if you're unlucky, like the card discovery pool just doesn't want to play along, and you have like tension cards, but you don't have any tension synergy, or like you're lacking card draw. Yeah, sometimes we try to help it a bit, so we have like rerolls now if you don't have the right cards. But sometimes if you're unlucky, it can still be a little bit frustrating because we're splitting up damage types. Like a State Aspire, you just have an attack or a block. But yeah, I think because we really wanted the sanity and damage in there, but it's also kind of been a headache to keep it balanced or try to balance it.
Fair. And what do you feel your game does the best that's very unique inside of the genre that you've never seen before?
I think for me it's twofold. First is that people kind of quickly get it, even if they don't like other deck builders or other games. So it's nice that our design philosophy of just keep the cards simple is working out for most people. Still not everybody, but you know, it's always a bit of a balancing act for people who don't understand the game, and some people think the game is too easy. So we try to find ways to balance them both a bit, but yeah, it's not always possible.
Makes sense. And someone asked about deck pruning. There is deck pruning in this. There is. So you can prune your deck as you go, but it's few and far between.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That will
'Cause
also change in the new update, by the way.
Really? So that'll
yeah, we're okay.
Yeah, no, go for it.
We're changing. We're changing the event nights, so it's mixed up a bit more, and there's some more chances to remove cards from your deck.
Yep.
That's really cool.
There's also going to be a little bit more story involved to kind of hint at the story and the origin of the house.
I do love that as I fill the pumpkin patch up, it starts growing.
Another thing
slowly
I'm
building a bomb.
kind of proud of on the game is that the kind of early on we wanted to have like a bit of a visual twist, and we settled on like Art Deco, so it's sort of like an Art Deco horror house, which also bleeds into the UI and everything else. And I think a lot of people give compliments and it looks really nice. And even though I made it myself and Willem together, I would say I'm happy with the result as well.
That's fantastic. Oh man, we could just light the room on fire. That seems fair. 8-tiled room. Upgrade a basic room to a bathroom. All drain done in this room is doubled. That's a big room. That's a really big room. I want to go with Engulf in Flames. No, I do think that this is fantastic. I really do. I think you guys have done a really awesome job on this. I think that the just playing through it and kind of like talking to you about your sort of direction for this, it really evokes old passions for me for things like I said, like Dungeon Keeper, maybe a little bit of The Sims in kind of a way for like, you know, abusing your Sims by locking them in a bathroom for 10,000 years. But like beyond that, it's got a really nice style, you know, and it feels interesting to me with the card combinations that don't even feel like cards, which is kind of a weird thing to say. Like it doesn't feel like a card game. It feels like a powers thing. You know, like I have powers that I'm using and I'm comboing them against things on there. I don't feel limited in the way that I normally feel inside of like a card game, if that makes sense. Many times when I play a card game, I feel like I'm being limited by the card game, and it's like trying to fight against me from doing anything super interesting. But this just feels like I'm able to do things, and I'm able to manipulate and move around. And it's beyond just like dealing straight up damage. It's like, I need to split this guy from another team. I need to make sure that the party is split, which you would do in a horror movie. When the moment the party splits, everybody dies, right? And in this, it's exactly the same. And I think you've captured that essence quite well. Evil Bellatra.
Thank you so much.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I dig it though, because like, that's rare, man. Like to capture that sort of feeling of getting that same thing. Oh, he's got bleeder on him. Why? Why would you do
Yeah,
this?
we went for the feeling first of like all the horror movie tropes, like splitting somebody, tension, damage, and drain, and we try to design around the feelings first instead of doing it the other way around. Like, can we design a system and how would it look like? And I think in the end it paid off, but it wasn't easy trying to balance it all.
That's fair. I mean, like that is definitely not an easy thing to balance, and that's an ongoing, non-easy thing. Oh, did they seriously? This Pathfinder started in my pumpkin patch. The audacity of this man.
He stepped on your pumpkin, and it wasn't ready yet.
He crushed it. My pumpkin wasn't even ready. That is unfair and ridiculous. Let's teleport him away. That is the worst place to teleport. Mistakes were made. You loved this game when you played it? I actually really enjoy this. I think it's done quite well. And not just saying that because you guys are on. It's cool to see more in the horror genre. And it's cool to see something built around that tension. Because like I said earlier, I usually find horror to be pretty boring in video games. A lot of the times I find it to be more of a thing of jump scares than anything else. And this feels like the kind of horror I like, the psychological horror, the building tension, but you're on the other side of it. You know, it's like I really enjoy that. And usually when it's a horror where you get to play as the villain, you're playing as like a guy, you know, and you feel very slow or anything like that.
That's something we wanted from the start, that you're actually the house, not just some evil spirit in the house or another evil entity. Like, we wanted you to be the house itself. A lot of the inspiration from that came also from the book, The Haunting of Hill House, and The House of Leaves, which is both 2 books about an evil house. And we kind of really liked that take, and we really wanted to keep that in the game.
Yeah, I actually love it. I think it's a really cool system. Really, really cool. And it does immediately come through of like, this feels like you are the house. It doesn't feel like you're playing cards. Doesn't feel like you're playing a villain. You're playing the map, which is interesting. You said, what would be the most interesting moment you had with the game that made you say, yes, yes, wait, no? It went super well at first, but then burned in the end on a run you guys had so far. Oh, so like the moment where everything was going well and then it failed.
The Pathfinders still screw me over as well, where you're focused on your big damage cards, on all the people who come in, and then some sneaky Pathfinder comes in through the back, goes into your heart. That has screwed me over quite a few times while testing.
I think another aspect, when we launched the demo, a lot of the feedback was that spamming small rooms was really overpowered. And we tried to nerf it by doing an earlier iteration of like paying more, but for each subsequent room that you build. But it kind of felt like, because it was every turn that you had to pay it kind of felt like you were paying rent. And that's not really ideal if you're an evil house that you have to pay your own rent. So we kind of canceled that and found like a more in-between solution, which is the Essence system now.
I'm going to be honest, I think paying rent is evil anyway, so... being an evil house, you'd still have to get paid. It's rough, buddy. No one escapes by. I find it really interesting that you have so many different types of, like, night-long effects. Like, the idea, it almost feels like I'm playing... Even though it doesn't feel like a card game, it feels like I'm playing like Magic the Gathering kind of a thing, where it's like, this is a board-wide effect, it stays on for as long as it is. Is there anything in the game that can remove these types of effects? Can the humans fight back against the house in some way for that?
No, I think the night longs are all just permanent.
Yeah. All permanent form.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, as humans get harder, you kind of need the certain night-long effects. Well, you don't need them per se, but it does help, setting them up on your earlier turns, and then in future turns just reaping the rewards of them.
That makes sense. I really love the different effects. I love that you have like a smudge stick or anything like that. Do you have any plans for more effects for incoming humans? Like stuff like maybe ghost hunters or anything along those lines? Anything adding to them, adding more powers for them?
Yeah, we're kind of still thinking about some extra archetypes, like the priests or the hunters, or just standalone traits. I think there's still a lot of design space on all those things to be explored and to be added to the game. I think once we also have the scenario builder, we're also curious to see what combinations of passive effects people will come up with to give to the humans. I think there will be some interesting combinations we haven't thought of yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what would you guys say would be your best advice for a newer developer, someone who's trying to make games? Because we have a lot of people, and in fact, a lot of people even reached out for Indiecember of like, I would love to be a part of that, but I'm never going to make my game, right? What would be the best advice for them?
All right, that's a good question and a tough question, I think.
Always is.
Yeah, if you're still a student, you can look up like a game design or a game school that teaches games. Because I think an important aspect is also if you're still new to it, like finding other people who share the passion but are still also like in a similar boat as you are to connect with. Because me and Tim, we both studied digital arts in Belgium. It's sort of like a game design school. It was a bit more geared towards like AAA, so you choose like programming or art for AAA studios. But then I just ended up in a smaller studio, which is now still Mantis Games. And yeah, now we're kind of living the indie life with a lot of ex-students from there. So I think our connection comes right now from a lot of students that we study together with, because now we're all kind of inside or adjacent to the games industry. But to actually get in there, I think it's also a hard time at the moment, because there's a lot of layoffs and there's a lot of people on the work market, which kind of makes it hard to break into studios and games. But so my advice would be, like, if you're still younger and you want to study some, I could be an avenue to chase to find a school. If that's not possible, or you just want to do it on the side, I think just playing around with something you really like if you have a mechanic or you just like doing 3D art, I think it's best to just start and have an idea of what you want and try to learn along the way. I think for me that helps. It helped the most if I already had a sort of an idea of, oh, it would be really cool if I made this, but I don't know yet. Yeah, there's a lot of handy tutorials on the internet. Mostly speaking as an artist now. Because yeah, I kind of fell into the design of Deck of France a little. But my main skill is like 3D art. Yeah, you want to add something to that then?
Yeah, my advice would be, it's then from the programmer perspective, make a lot of small, simple prototypes. Prototypes don't have to look nice, you just focus on the main gameplay mechanic you want. You can pick your favorite mechanic from a game you like, try to make it work on your own. And if you make new things, maybe you find something that really clicks, that's just a lot of fun, and then you have a good basis to design more of a game around it. And if not, you have the experience of putting this mechanic together, and it will help you later down the line if you do similar things. So yeah, small prototypes is very valuable. And if you're looking for resources, shout out to Game Maker's Toolkit on YouTube. They have a lot of in-depth developer interviews and like overviews on how to get into game development. So that's a good place to start, I would say.
Yep. And maybe there's also like developer meetups in your area, or like bars or some events where there's something art or game related that you can try to meet them up physically. Because I imagine it's really hard to get inside the industry. So having like a physical activity nearby is also something I can recommend.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned from that is meetup spaces are actually really, really helpful. Incredibly so. It's not for everybody, but I think meetup spaces rock. I really agree with that. Like game jams online are really useful for that. And then also there's like meetups where you can just hang out with other game devs and just talk to people. It's like really nice. There's one that's here actually in Seattle in Washington State, and they do it like every month. It's really fun. Well, is there anything else you guys want to say to chat? Anything you want to talk about with your game? Any upcoming stuff, or other games you want to work on? Anything?
Yeah, if you want to try out Deck of France for yourself, there's a demo. It doesn't have all the content from the game, but you can try it out for free to see if you like it. As I said, next week there's going to be a winter update with some extra cards and creatures. And then, yeah, you want to add anything, Tim?
Yeah, we'll be part of the winter sales. So if you want to save some money and also want to buy Deck France, you can do that soon.
Yep.
We're also in some bundles. This month we're bundled with Monster Train, with the first one. So if you already own that one, that's an extra 10%. So, yeah.
And also if you have more questions, or your question didn't get answered in chat, you can join our Discord and post your question there. And all the developers are in there as well, so if you have any questions for us, you can just ask them there and we'll try to respond.
I really liked this. Like, to be completely honest with you, I think this is really cool. I want to play this some more, I think.
All right.
Does it work on Steam Deck? Because I think I want to play it on Steam Deck, if possible.
Works on the We're now Steam Deck verified.
Hey, that's good.
If you want, we also do, for streamers who stream our game, we make a portrait for them. So like in the the human portraits. If you want, I can make one from you, for you.
Yeah, do it up. That sounds awesome. Hell yeah. Here, I can give you the best photo for this, actually. Hold on. I have a... No, this is good. You're going to love this. This is going to be ridiculous. There you go. It's deeply haunted. I can send this over to you.
Yeah, I can do something with this.
That's fantastic.
We can add you in the next batch, which is next week, I think. So if you want to play something then.
I would definitely will. If you guys did that, that's hilarious. I would definitely play that. Here, let me send this over. There you go. You're gonna enjoy that. Now you can have this haunted image. Anytime I get the chance to use this in something, I just use it everywhere.
All right.
There you go.
New phone background.
Well, thank you very much for the time. You guys are fantastic. Your game is really cool.
Thank you for taking the
I think
time.
you seem to have a really thriving community around it. You got 84% positive with 808 reviews. That's quite a lot. And it's cool. It's fun, and it adds. I think it adds to the horror genre, especially when I normally don't like most horror games that are out there. So this is something I enjoyed very much. You guys are making something cool.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, it's really nice to see all the positive responses and people enjoying it. Sometimes it's hard to believe we're also made a game and people are playing it.
Yeah, it was lovely having you all on, and thank you for being here, and thank you for spending the time, and thanks for letting me play your game.
Yeah, we enjoyed being here as well on the stream. Thanks for having us.
Well, I'll see you later.
Yep, bye-bye.